Hello everybody, my name is Sniping is Fun, and I welcome you to a quick little My Thoughts video on the recent Nintendo Direct that was yesterday. That was February 8th, 2023, which conveniently landed on my birthday. Not something that I normally could say, because I don't think I've ever had a Direct or any of those types of presentations ever happen on my birthday, but when I heard that, because originally it was speculated that it was supposed to be February 7th. I'm like, oh, cool, well, it's the day before. And then I'm like, oh, it's actually the 8th? Interesting, it's falling on my birthday. Let's hope that they have a good show and it's not just complete crap. Which, normally, Nintendo Directs aren't bad. I think most of them are actually pretty overall good. And as for the one yesterday, especially given that it's a birthday Nintendo Direct on February 8th of 2023, my thoughts overall, before I go into detail on mostly what they kind of talked about, I overall thought it was a pretty good Direct. Is it the best Nintendo Direct that they ever released and ever had? No, there's a lot better ones they had, like maybe during the earlier Switch, and then ones that were around during like the Smash Brothers like DLC and stuff like that, and announcing games back in those years. Is this the best one? No. Was it bad? No, it wasn't. It was an overall good Direct. I liked at least a good 90% of what they announced. And what they announced was some good stuff. They announced we're getting, we finally get to see information in a trailer on Pikmin 4, which is coming out sometime this year. I believe it's the summer. I don't think they gave a specific date, but I'm going to assume it's going to probably be like a summer game, a summer into fall. We got DLC waves for Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, Xenoblade Chronicles 3, Splatoon 3, Fire Emblem Engage, all some really good stuff. Some more very necessary lords for Fire Emblem Engage, some more tracks, Wave 4 for Mario Kart. We got the next wave, I think 3 for Xenoblade Chronicles 3. And then we got more Splatoon, and they're going to be adding Ingopolis from the first Splatoon on the Wii U. Pretty cool, and like a hub world to kind of go to and do stuff in and all that stuff. So it's cool. We're getting some DLC stuff. We saw some indie stuff showing up there. Dead Cells is getting that Castlevania DLC. There's that fashion designer game. Deca Police actually looks pretty good, especially given that it's kind of like an, I don't know if it's entirely an RPG, but overall it looks pretty damn good, and having RPG elements in it entices me very much so. There's a new Samba de Amigo. Finally, Sega finally does something with Samba. I mean, I remember when the game came out on the Wii, and I loved it so much. I never got a chance to play the original, or even 2, on the Dreamcast, because I never had a Dreamcast, and I never knew any friends or family that had Dreamcast, so I missed my chance back then. But when it came to the Wii, I played it, bought some of the DLC. I was obsessed with it. I beat it, I think, in like one rental, too, before we eventually bought it. So a new Samba game, pretty damn awesome. What else did they show? We finally got more information on Zelda Breath of the Wild, which we already knew was coming out in May, but we saw a new trailer that had Ganondorf talking, so it makes me wonder if this game's going to have more storyline-based elements than Breath of the Wild did. It does look really good so far. I'm super looking forward to it. One of the games I'm most looking forward to this year. We're finally getting the trilogy of Game Boy generations on the Switch Online. The original Game Boy Color, and the Game Boy Advance. A lot of games announced from the get-go, and the ones that are coming. And there are a lot of games I would love to see come to it, of which you are all going to see 3 separate top 10 lists in the coming weeks about that. What else did they announce? They announced we finally got a release date for Advance Wars. Thank God. What else did they announce there? They did some more like extra story to the Kirby Return to Dreamland Deluxe. They showed off like Minecraft Legends, a new like Katamari Damacy stuff, the remastered collection of Button Kados. They showed off the Etrian Odyssey HD collection, which is pretty cool because I never got a chance to play Etrian Odyssey. I never did. I never got to that on the DS or the 3DS. So to get a chance to finally play that stuff, it's pretty damn awesome. As for Button Kados, I only ever played the original. I never played Origins, so the chance to have both of them, pretty cool. We know a little more of a release date for we already knew Tales of Symphonia HD remaster, as well as Octopath Traveler 2 were coming out this month. And I'm blanking on what else was announced at the Direct. Let me look this up. Because overall, I thought it was a pretty damn good direct. It had a lot of good games in it. Let me look this up. Give me one sec, people. But yeah, like I'm glad that we finally are seeing Game Boy on the thing. I'm glad that they showed off more of that Raincoat game, which actually looks pretty cool. Oh, and the Ghost Detective from DS is getting a port to an HD remastered version of it to the Switch, which is cool because I never got a chance to play that, but that game always kind of intrigued me back in the day. So that actually would be a really fun thing to look into, given that I never got a chance to play it back in the day on the DS. So it's cool that they actually are integrating games like that. Like a lot of HD collections are coming out and stuff to play. What else did they announce? What else did they announce? Everything announced. Okay. I just had it in my head. What was it? I'm blanking now. Hopefully I can see this on this phone because I got most. Oh yeah, a new Professor Layton is coming to Switch. It's been years since we've seen Professor Layton. The last time he ever made an appearance was on the 3DS. Like he had his own game series, and which I never got to the 3DS ones. I played the ones on the DS, at least most of them, and then I was super obsessed with Ace Attorney Cross Professor Layton on the 3DS. I played that game so damn much because I love Ace Attorney. But we're getting a new Professor Layton now on the Switch. Sweet. Definitely a good announcement there. Reboot Camp, I already said. Game Boy stuff, I already said. Metroid Prime. It says remake, but it's technically just a remaster, right? I mean, it's cool that we're seeing Metroid Prime get remastered because we know for a fact on the road to Metroid Prime 4 on the Switch, you probably are going to see a Metroid Prime 2 and 3 like remaster. So that's probably eventually going to happen too. So there's that. I already said Pikmin 4, Samba de Amigo, Baten Kaitos remaster, that fashion game I said, Dead Cells Ghost Trick, the Katamari Damacy game, Splatoon 3 DLC. Oh yeah, that Disney Illusion Island. That actually looks like quite a fun platforming game. I'll have to admit that. Not maybe the greatest Mickey Mouse platforming game, but it looks pretty damn good. Harmony, The Fall of Reverie. I didn't really pay attention to that much in the trailer, but I heard good things about it, so some people are excited. Oh, there's that Tron game too. There's a Tron game coming too. Oh yeah, and Fantasy Life is getting a version on the Switch. I think it's a sequel. I don't think it's a remake of the 3DS game. I think it's a sequel, which actually is pretty cool because I never got a chance to play the original, so that's pretty cool. Yeah, Fantasy Life, Mario Kart 8. Is that it? That's all that's on here. That's overall pretty much what it is. So, yeah, I think it was an overall good Direct. Like I said at the beginning of the video, I don't think it's the best Nintendo Direct that Nintendo ever had, but I do think it is a good to great Nintendo Direct, and it did have a lot of stuff that I was super hyped for. I'm really looking forward to the Game Boy stuff on the Nintendo Switch Online. I'm really looking forward to Zelda. Really looking forward to Samba. Really looking forward to like the DLC for like Xenoblade and Fire Emblem. Deca Police looks cool. The fashion game looks kind of interesting, to be fair. Katamari Damacy, new Professor Layton, all those RPG HD stuff. Advance Wars finally getting the release date. Thank you. So I'd say for a Direct that actually takes place on my birthday, I'm actually quite happy with it. I think it's a good birthday present from Nintendo to me. So that's all my plans are there. That's all my thoughts are on this. Put in the comment section what you guys think. Do you guys like this Nintendo Direct? What were your thoughts on it? What do you want to see from Nintendo going forward? And in terms of like the Switch Online with the Game Boy Color, and Game Boy Advance games, what games are you looking forward to that you want to see added to that? Because I have plenty on top of my head, and you'll be seeing top 10s of list of those pretty soon. My name is Snipers Fun. Peace. Please subscribe if you want to. Have a lovely day, and I'll see you all later in the next video. Bye, everybody.